Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm your host, Blackenfist, and I'm here to answer your important questions that could possibly save this universe and maybe cure cancer. But I'm also here with Geekdom101.
Very happy to be here with the legendary, and I'm not using that term loosely on this one, Blackenfist once again. Very polarizing response last time I was here, but we're going to have a good time.
That's why you are here.
Yes, indeed. It's gonna be a good time. Let's do it.
Our first question, it comes from, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name.
Frost. Right, it's Hodifa Ziani, who's a huge fan of yours. Before this Q&A, he even personally PM'd me and said, "Oh my God, Blackenfist doing a Q&A. What do I ask him?" And I was like, "Whatever you want, bro."
Well,
I have to tell you what to ask him. I talk to this guy all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm answering your question right now. Frost's victory is all your fault, but your plan on committing genocide on the Earth to let the almonds rule over won't succeed. Goddamn.
That's not really a question.
Yeah, it's not a question, but, you know, that guy really is on to me. This guy has a 3-part question, so I guess we'll start here. In Dragon Ball Super, Jocko tells Bulma that they are in... Oh, I know exactly where this is going. In Milky Way, one of the many galaxies in the universe, part 2. But in Z, when they meet the Kais, it is told that each of the 4 Kais rule one galaxy. North, south, east, west. Wasn't that supposed to exist? Only 4 galaxies in the universe. Love your riddle. Shout out from Brazil. That is something that this is not exactly the exact same thing that I brought up, but I brought up something similar to this when I first saw whatever episode this was introduced, right, Geekdom?
Yes, it's the... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's basically what I found very weird was that they were referring, and in fact, you say that Bulma said, they tell Bulma that they were the Milky Way they were referring to as one of the galaxies. In fact, honestly, maybe the subtitles are wrong. They were the best subtitles around. They were the Dragon Team subtitles, so who knows? Maybe the context wasn't provided well enough, but honestly, when they were saying Milky Way, it was more implied that they were referring to the universe. So the Milky Way universe, which honestly confused me. And when they were showing all the infographics, you know, like of you know, going to the center of the universe, it really looks like the center of a galaxy. Now, of course, I'm being real world scientific here. You know, the infographics looks like a galaxy. It doesn't look like a universe. So I don't know if they just messed up by saying we're going to the center of the universe when it looks like they're going to a center of a galaxy, or maybe they forgot that other galaxies exist. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can turn this into, but
his question, I'm sorry to interrupt, but his question is about the contradiction between north, south, east, west galaxy versus Milky Way. And that, as far as I know, is a translation error. And actually, it may not be a translation error from the subtitles. It may actually be from the manga, the Daizenshu, and the series, because in the Daizenshus, if I remember correctly, it's not 4 galaxies, it's 4 quadrants. And there are multiple galaxies within these said quadrants. But of course, when the movies came out, you clearly see them referencing the galaxies as well as the filler. But if I remember correctly, in the guidebooks and from what Toriyama's notes state, they're not galaxies, they're quadrants. Well, that's the mix-up.
All right. Well, let's just go to the next one. Do you think it is possible that both Vegeta and Kabe are the same Prince of Saiyans for their universe? Possibly. I mean, it could be. We don't know for sure. Kabe does kind of look like Tarbold, honestly. To me, honestly, that's the first thing when I first saw his design. He did look like Vegeta's brother, honestly.
I don't see the resemblance. He looks more like Gohan to me, but we
well,
don't know
to
if
me,
he's the prince. Yeah. We don't know if he's the prince, but I feel like if he was, he would have already told Vegeta. I think he's just maybe like one of the random guys on there.
All right, here we have Piccolo versus Chopsticks. Who would win? Bog reference. Well, I mean, if we're talking about Piccolo, I do believe we got the answer. in Battle of
Quaman
Gods.
reference, or as I call him now, Quaman the clickbaiter.
Yeah, yeah. Go watch Battle of Gods if you want this one. Now, this is a good question right here. What if Goku wasn't inside GT? Because GT is a place out there that exists. It is not something that's arbitrary. Anyway, if Goku wasn't inside GT, it'd be a very different series, right, Geekdom?
Yeah, I would. And you know what? Maybe it would have actually done better in the ratings, because turning Goku into a kid was a big mistake, as you have outlined in your 4-video GT analysis.
Yes. Can you do
which is right here on this channel?
Yeah. Can you do a triple backflip, 360 twist, gainer up, backflip, front back, gainer, almond 3000?
That guy loves the almond stuff.
Yeah, man, he does. He does. Well, you know what? I am a almond connoisseur, you could say, myself. Yes, I can do it, but only when no one's looking. So
he has your face as his Twitter profile, bro. That's, I'm not even gonna speak on that one.
What if you could go anywhere in the world? Where would you go? Why would you go there? And which fictional character would you bring?
I go to Penguin Village, bro. Right?
Well, I was assuming he was referring to real world places.
Lance's house, for your case. Which I was in earlier today.
Yeah, yes, you were. Yes, you were.
He's trying to sell like rims or something, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, Lance has all the dragon boxes. So those of you out there looking for him, he's not giving them up. No, but I don't know. Where would you go if you can go anywhere in the world? I don't know. I don't know where I go. I'll tell you where I wouldn't go, and that's Puerto Rico. But I don't know where you would go.
You know what? Probably go to Space Australia.
There you go. Or Antarctica, where Quinn's at.
Yeah, or Antarctica. Or Antarctica. That's another place right there. Got some people I know there. Anyway.
One person, you mean?
Well, one person in each place.
The only guy who lives on that entire ice block.
Yeah.
Me?
What if you could go anywhere? Oh, no. Wait, I already did that. What would happen if Super Saiyan gods did the god ritual on the 6th Super Saiyan god?
I don't know if that would work, but I mean, that's like jacking off with 2 hands, bro. I don't know how much better of a grip you're gonna get with that, unless you're carrying one of them 12-inchers. So I don't know how that will work. What do you think?
I think that you answered that question perfectly. Would you ever do any kind of meetup? I think we live in the same town. I know a lot of people who would come.
That may happen soon, actually.
Yeah, that may happen soon, but the fact that you think that I know where you know where I live, I mean, all right. I don't see how you would know. In Dragon Ball, would you consider a more important power or battle tactics? Well, I mean, yes, it is a good question, but I think that throughout most of Dragon Ball, it's pretty clear that power is obviously more important in Dragon Ball. I mean, that's pretty glaring. I don't think anyone can dispute that, which, you could say is a fault of Dragon Ball as a whole series, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like Dragon Ball, the older stuff, did a little bit more of the tactics, especially that first tournament. I feel like if you want the best as far as battle tactics go back and watch the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai and just watch the entire tournament. You'll see like almost every fight ends with nothing to do with power at all, and for most of the cases, even the finale with Roshi or with Jackie Chun and Goku, it's a tactic that wins him the fight, not his superior strength. So you know what I mean? I think that first tournament's a real good example of battle tactics being done right.
Yeah. Who would you want to be the president? Well, that's going to be a hard question. Yeah, I was going to say Toriyama, but he's not an American citizen, so
he can make laws and then forget about him 8 years later.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I don't know. I guess maybe Josh from Dragon Ball Nation or Mike from Laughing Stock Media. Maybe those.
Well, one of them they're both white, but one of them's old and white, so he wins.
Yeah. Josh definitely is old enough to qualify it. Absolutely. Maybe too old, honestly.
Yeah.
Will you do work with small YouTubers? Of course I would. I mean, when I first worked with Mike and Jay and all those guys were well above, 1,000 subs. They were maybe even, I forgot exactly how small those guys were, but they were really small. What about Geekdom? I'm pretty sure it is the same.
I mean, I've worked with small YouTubers, and I always work with small YouTubers all the time. I was a small YouTuber, so yeah, all the time.
Everyone here was was once a small
Especially
YouTuber,
if they're a girl,
man.
they're hot.
Of course, especially if you're that. And if you are that, give Geekdom here a message, or me, or any,
Yeah, there you go.
Do you think Cell would look different if you absorbed the androids in a different order?
Didn't you do a video about this, or at least cover it before?
No, we didn't do a video on this exact thing. I don't think Perfect Cell would look different. There might be a slight possibility, and only a very slight possibility, that semi-perfect Cell might look different, but that's it.
I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the. How strong is Piccolo now, and are you excited to see him use the special beam cannon with a multi-form technique? Of course. And as for how strong he is, I don't know. We haven't seen him fight yet. I would assume that he has to be a lot stronger if he's even attempting to do this. So...
Yeah, because of your checkered past with uploading, I'm just going to tell everybody we're recording this video before the Frost Piccolo fight airs, okay? So if you're watching this video in about 2 years when it actually goes up, I'm just letting you know now.
Come on, man.
That's been the joke.
Oh, boy, man. Look at this one, Geekdom. Can you please sign my left ass cheek and draw a green radioactive almond on my right one?
And look who asked you the question.
I know.
He's taking advantage of this, bro. He's already got 3 questions answered.
Wait, well, you know what? Anyone on Twitter I don't know how long I can guarantee this, because I'm pretty sure that, they're going to get filled up. Anyone on Twitter, fuck it. I will answer you. So you can't get that guarantee on Ask.fm, honestly, because there's just too much. It's overwhelming. But as for signing, I have... No. Sorry, man. I'm sorry I broke your dreams.
See, he's not going to sign it because he's afraid you're going to pull that trick where when you pull your pants down, you're going to fart in his face, and that's not going to be a good moment.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking is going on.
How did Cell not die to the Final Flash, but he died to the Kamehameha? Wasn't the Final Flash and stronger attack? Well, first of all, how do we know that the Final Flash was a stronger attack? Since it was done,
we don't know if it would have killed him either.
We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know if it would have killed him. First of all, second, I'm pretty sure the Final Flash. Okay, let's keep in mind. Obviously, the attacks are dependent on how strong the user is. So, really, what we're talking about is Vegeta at that moment stronger than Gohan Super Saiyan 2? No. So, obviously, the Final Flash wasn't as strong as that Kamehameha.
Well, I think he's referring to... Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Gohan let it all out, and that's why he won the fight.
Oh, boy. SSJ4 versus SSGSS. Omega versus Beerus. Can't seem to get clear answers on these. Okay. I can give you a very clear answer.
You're not going to get a clear answer.
No, I can give you a very clear answer. See, Danny, he gave a very good detail there, or not a detail. He just mentioned transformations. He didn't say SSJ Goku. He didn't say Super Saiyan God Goku. He just said transformation versus transformation. And in that case, I can tell you with pretty much almost, logically, unless someone's being stupid, logically, it's stupid. Either Toriyama just says something stupid in the future, or Toei says something stupid. Logically, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan has to be stronger than the Super Saiyan 4. That, I think, definitely has to go down that way. Geekdom?
Well, I was just going to say that the reason why you can't get a clear answer is because we've never seen the fight. There are pretty much 2 alternate visions of what a sequel to the Dragon Ball manga, Dragon Ball anime is. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to get a clear answer.
That is true. Okay.
Omega Beerus will never fight. It's just Omega Shenron versus Beerus is never going to happen. So of course you can't get a clear answer.
Well, that's true.
And why would you want one?
Yeah, that is true. But I will say that maybe, you could do a whole video on this. I don't want to spend too much time. But if you extrapolate the stuff, let's just say this. SSJ4, I believe the perfect file said that SSJ4 was a 10 times boost, okay? That's what they said. Now, if that's what they said, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan has to be more than just a 10 times boost. Let's just say that. That's why I say that I'm pretty certain that that's the reason why that one's stronger. So anyway, that's my reasoning. That's my reasoning. But still, be the almond. Of course, everyone, just be the almond. From GT, was Super 17 practically invincible because of his absorption technique, and only Goku won because of Android 18?
I mean, kind of. He was hard to beat.
I don't think he was, invincible. I mean, obviously everyone has their weaknesses, but yeah, that would obviously help. I know what you did. You threw a poisonous almond at Goku so he would be poisoned to make him lose.
That's a better theory than Goku. That's better than Goku through the fight. I'll tell you that.
You know what? That is actually better. That is a better theory.
I would believe that you flung your almond from wherever the hell you live at.
I flung my almond from reality. No. I flung my almond from reality into the fictional Dragon Ball world using voodoo magic.
And that is a significantly higher chance of actually happening than fucking Goku throwing the goddamn fight. Sorry for cursing.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Was Rage SSJ2 Vegeta really 10% of Beerus? If that is the case, would he get demolished by GT characters?
This guy likes the GT Super fights.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's just say this. He probably was 10% of Beerus. I don't see why they would doubt it. I said this many times before in videos, though. When that moment is, you have to understand that moment Vegeta is ridiculously strong. You might as well treat. I know it's not a transformation, but you almost could treat it as if Vegeta went under a transformation at that point. So I'm just. You could make a whole video on that, and maybe I will, but the hell.
You just gotta take it at face value. That's the only thing you have to bet on.
What did here we go. What did Frost do?
We've already answered that.
You know what he did? He won. That's what he did.
Yes,
did you ever notice? Did you ever?
He did what Triple G does all the time.
Yeah, he knocked him the fuck out, man. Clean out. Did you ever notice seeing the hatred between Goku and Piccolo in the Cell Saga?
That's not hatred. That's two fathers fighting, and Blackenfist has about 4 videos on his channel about who's the better father. So
yeah, I know.
Just know that by now.
Why did SSJ4 have black hair and not gold? Well, I do believe that. I forgot who was the one who designed SSJ4. Nakatsuru. I believe that Nakatsuru actually did. Just for the sake of consistency, he did have he drew SSJ in gold, but he felt it didn't look right. Am I correct?
That was one of the talked about topics in Josh's video. I can neither confirm or deny that because I don't remember reading that myself. Now, just because I didn't read it doesn't mean it didn't happen. But I can tell you that they wanted to make SS4 look drastically different because of the fact that the transformation's unlocked very differently. Every other form is unlocked through your own power, but that's the one form that's unlocked through growing your tail back and looking at the full Earth, and then becoming a golden great ape, and then transforming from that after you gain control. Totally different circumstances. It's almost more like a mutation, like you were saying earlier. I always consider 4 a mutation more than a transformation because you can't just get it on your own.
I see. Well, this guy's asking if I hate Dragon Ball Nation for some reason. Yeah, I fucking no. Shh. I fucking hate that guy. Fuck that guy. Man, that's why he's on my channel being advertised, because I hate him so much. I want everyone who listens to me to go over to his channel and spam the fuck out of his comment section.
You just made a huge mistake, but okay. He's gonna get mad when he hears this.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
What do you think would happen if a group of 6 Super Saiyan God Super Saiyans performed the Super Saiyan God ritual?
We already got that question.
All right, let's move on. What if Pan in Dragon Ball Super becomes as strong as Whis?
Didn't one of your, I'm not going to name no names, but didn't one of our YouTube, one of the Dragon Ball YouTubers make a video about how Pan could rival Beerus one day.
I believe so.
I'm not gonna name no names, but
they did. I guess I would be like, that's kind of interesting. And anyway, that concludes our Twitter questions. And of course, guys, if you want to ask me a question, please follow me on Twitter. Obviously, way less questions on Twitter, so the chances of me answering your questions on here go astronomically up. But let's go now to Ask.fm, and I want Danny to take this first question here.
At the very top, or where am I going?
Yeah, top.
Hey, I'm going to get Xenoverse soon. I wanted to know that before installing the final DLC pack, I'll have to download the previous DLC packs too to get their features just directly to the final DLC pack. Please reply. Thanks. I honestly don't know. I have not downloaded all the DLC packs for Xenoverse, but I don't think that you need to get the previous ones. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think
no, Danny, Geekdom, you have to answer this one right here, man.
Well, suck my nutsack and eat my poop peanuts. Yes, sirree, Bob and Mama's Taters. That's a nice YouTube channel you got there. I'll bet you could get a horny donkey and a fat lady from the circus up in there and have yourself a hell of a time. That's my favorite Ask FM I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Pycon versus Deborah. Well, since Deborah is always compared to Cell, and people, I do believe Deborah is around that same ballpark as Cell, and considering that Pycon did that whole thing, which completely wrecked Cell with just one kick, implying that he was much above Cell, I would probably say that Pycon would beat Sub Deborah as well.
I think so too.
Well, let's keep watching. Reading. With that being said, rewatching... Well, it looks like this guy's question is cut off because, so... Whatever. With that being said, rewatching GT from the start, I haven't seen anything that says GT couldn't have been a legit continuation if they are for the same reason stripped by God Power's key at the same point in Super. It is possible that Baby gained Vegeta's knowledge of the ritual and made the Super Saiyan... Well, first of all, there's no way. No, there is no way. First of all, I'm just gonna look. There's so many things I could say to tell you that Super and GT cannot be taking place at the same time.
The Kaioshin defuse, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna mention peel off our kids. So yeah, so that's just So anyway, it's hard for a lot of people to talk about GT on a serious note, but I was watching the Baby arc last night and I noticed that when Baby Vegeta turned into Super Baby, it looked like the ritual. Yes, people have brought that up. They did.
I'm sorry, Blackenfist. Look, man, just because there's 4 guys gathered around one guy like they're playing a game of Limp Bizkit does not mean that the writers of GT had this plot that they would hold on to for 17 years until Battle of Gods came out. There's no connection between GT and Battle of Gods. Please accept this.
Yeah.
I'm just being real. Real. Critical thinking.
Do you like cats? No, I mean, I don't have...
I love pussy, bro.
I'm kind of allergic to them, so... I mean, I don't hate them, but... There you go.
You mean they're allergic to you?
Would you either be bald or have a 2-meter long penis? Well, considering the fact that if you have a 2-meter long penis, your life would be pretty inconvenient, and every time you have an erection, you possibly could die. Obviously, I would want to be bald.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
nothing else to add to that.
Yeah. Out of all the YouTubers, who is the type of guy who would meet up for lunch but accidentally leave their wallet in the house? I've got my bets on Mike.
Bro, that guy knows Mike pretty damn well, bro.
If
it's gonna be anybody.
Yeah, are you sure that you don't know Mike in person? I mean, because damn, that's pretty perceptive, man.
Guys, I left my wallet at my house. I mean, what are you guys getting me today?
Why don't you take this one?
Out of all the DBZ YouTubers, who has the smelliest cock? I'm sorry, I read the one below.
It doesn't matter. We'll skip this one because this is too good.
Fine.
Well, I'll trust. You are the most credible, right? So I guess I'll trust you.
Really, if you really want to know, it's Final Flash Vegeta. He has the smelliest cock.
Okay.
And he never uses it, so there you go.
Do you still think Akira Toriyama gets regular erections? Also, how do you think that he deals with morning wood? Do you think he sticks his hard Japanese cock in his wife's dripping cunt? Thanks for answering in advance.
Yeah, that's what married men do when they get hard-ons. They have sex with their wives. Welcome to reality, my friend.
Yeah, I mean...
As far as him getting regular erections, the Japanese know all these little tricks that we don't know. Like, for example, if you drink turtle blood, it somehow gives you like a big erection. I've never tried it before, but I've heard from the Japanese. In fact, that when you drink it, you're supposed to go fucky fucky. So that I'm sure Toriyama would drink turtle blood, kame blood, if you will, if he needed to.
Hey, Packy. You should be making videos about curry, not Dragon Ball.
He thinks you're one of them Pakistanis.
Hey,
That's very offensive.
No, I mean he could think whatever the fuck he wants. I mean I don't really care. But no, I am not from inside Pakistan. If you get what I mean. Okay, I'm not from inside Pakistan. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go to the lightning round here. I'm just gonna go to random ass questions right here because why not? All right, here we go. Should Kwame make a video on how Piccolo could beat Frost? I mean,
I'm sure. Well, he would if he had time, but he's too busy making videos like Expert Games is. So
yeah, pretty much.
You go fuck yourself.
I just heard a voice there, bro.
Yeah, I know. And by the way, yes, the Popo and Mr. Dende playing tennis at the beginning of that episode was legit, man. I thought that was awesome. Like having that tennis court, that was pretty awesome.
Waru Crook, you don't have to ask everybody the same questions though.
Yeah. All right. Here we. All right.
A lot of good questions here. Who's hotter, Amber, Megan, or Gabby? All three.
All right.
What do you think? No, don't answer that. You're gonna incriminate yourself. Somebody, bro. Somebody asked me, "Fuck, marry, kill Amber, Megan, and Gabby," and I said I'd fuck all three and kill myself.
Pap a pic of your shirt you're wearing. Okay.
Pap.
Is that new slang that these kids are using these days? I mean,
I'm about to pap his mom.
Post the picture.
Yeah,
thanks. Spirit of Quinn.
Yeah, Spirit of Quaman. We got the Spirit of Quaman right now, and I guess
that was Quinn, bro.
The Spirit of Quinn. Okay.
Quaman is a fictional character.
Okay. What if DBZ never happened? Where would you be right now? What would your life be like?
Bad.
Yeah. Let's just say.
Like seriously, it would be bad. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess that's the whole Q&A, guys. Of course, if you want to ask me questions, you can ask me on Ask.fm, or you can follow me on Twitter to ask me questions, because I will be announcing every single time from now on.
Let me guess. You're gonna announce another channel like everybody else?
No, I will be announcing every time I will be doing a Q&A on Twitter, and you'll know a heads up when to ask me questions and if to ask me questions there. But of course, you can ask Geekdom. He has an Ask.fm and a Twitter, so you can follow him.
Yes,
and you want to
you don't have to ask me any questions.
Yeah, and go send him all those questions about Broly and about how Bardock and about how the inside of GT is.
About how there's one Super Dragon Ball?
Exactly. About how there's one Super Dragon Ball that's split. Go ask him all those questions.
What about the King of Japan, Kamehameha? What about King Kamehameha of Japan? Ask me about him.
Well, what isn't he, like the most important figure in Japanese history? But
yeah,
anyway, guys, I've been Blackenfist, and until next time, I'm out, man.